Hi, I'm Natasha Williams, and I want to just give you a little bit of explanation about how the pole instructor training works. But before I start, I want to explain how am I qualified to actually tell you this. And a bit of background about me. I am the pioneer of pole dancing in South Africa. I've been doing it since 1999. I've actually been teaching since 2003. I have hosted Miss Pole Dance SA from 2006. I've run numerous franchises. I've taught most of the studio owners in South Africa. I've also taught a lot of the champions that are in South Africa. I've written books on how to pole dance, as well as picture step-by-step guides. I've filmed DVDs, and I've also judged the International Pole Dance Championships in Hong Kong, in Singapore, and in London. And what has happened is it's not really a regulated industry. So basically anybody can go and open up a studio and call themselves a pole dance instructor. You could do a couple of lessons. The thing is, as with any industry, the more experience you have, the better you're going to be at something. And sometimes it helps to have tools and techniques that you can shortcut things. Now, the main thing that I have discovered that is super important is to make sure that if you want your students to keep coming back, that A, you avoid injury, and B, you know how to treat the injury, but also that you know the correct techniques, that you're not teaching something that's going to cause long-term damage in the future, as well as knowing how to put a class structure together and how to keep your students. You know, for me, it's about building the reputation of pole. It was a very long, hard journey for me to try and get pole dancing out of the clubs, to get that stigma away, to make it something of value, something that women and men can share and enjoy, and, you know, even let their family know without their bosses or their friends thinking there's something wrong with pole. So it's about uplifting it, and I think pole dancers worldwide have done a fantastic job, because they've actually managed to get pole recognized in the Olympics. So currently in South Africa, there are a few people that are teaching pole. I'm here to tell you what it is that I offer specifically. And the thing is, you can get a diploma anywhere. I know you can even get pole instructor training online. I used to offer it, but what I find is when you are with somebody in the studio, they can actually show you what you're doing wrong. Sometimes you think you know, but you don't know. And then you'll end up having injuries, especially in the shoulders. I've had students coming from other studios where they actually thought they'd never be able to pole dance again because there's something wrong with them. And it's the small little stuff that you can avoid. And anybody that does training through BodyMind has got a very good reputation. You will know that when you leave this training, you will be fully equipped. Not only are my exams quite strict, you have 3 exams that you need to do. You need to do 2 practicals, which is teaching. You need to do hours, and you also need to do a written exam. That anybody who knows if they're going to come to you, they're going to be properly certified, they're going to know what is required, and that they're not going to go to some place where the person just did a few lessons and now they know what to do. So when you sign up for the teacher training, I also have home study materials, and that is to prepare you for the practical training. Before, I used to have quite a long, intensive practical training, and some people that maybe didn't have access to a studio weren't really sure on how to do the moves correctly. So as part of the home study, you'll get a full syllabus which contains all the moves that you need to be able to teach at a beginner pole level. And it's not just CDs on how to do the moves, but how to actually teach them. So that when you get to the practical training, you already are equipped with the basics. So that when I start teaching you, I'm not teaching you how to do the moves, I'm teaching you how to teach them. So it's a whole new level of application. And then as well as that, you're also going to receive a whole DVD on the anatomy and on injuries and how to avoid it. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you had an incorrect hand placement doing a split grip. That can lead to long-term bursitis on your forearm, and that can mean your students won't be able to come back, because if your arm isn't healed, they're not able to do any moves on the pole. And it's completely preventable just by putting your hand a bit lower, and it's small little things. And the problem is, the mindset is that if I don't hold tighter, or it's my shoulder placement, that you're not aware of what you're actually doing wrong, that they actually keep forcing through the injury rather than allowing it to heal and then doing it properly so that it doesn't happen again.
So without going into too much detail, I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, please send me a mail, give me a call. My aim is to get pole dancing recognized, and even if you're in a small town, I'm available via Skype, I'm available online that you can discuss it with me, and I hope to see you at the studio.